Kevin, can you tell us something about your balloon?
Well, hot air ballooning is the simplest form of flight. Man's first form of transportation in a balloon was over 200 years ago, so even before the Wright brothers. Simplest basic aircraft. We got propane tanks, heats the air inside. Hot air rises, so we just capture it up here. And then from that point, we just go with the wind. So we can take off just about anywhere, and we have enough room. And then we fly with the wind at different altitudes or slightly different directions and speeds. And then eventually you start shopping for a landing spot. We call it shopping for a landing spot because you never know exactly until you're on the ground. And one of the common tools we have, the most commonly used tool, is spitting over the side of the basket. And you're watching the spittle go down and drift with the wind. Then it's like playing a three-dimensional game of golf, because if you want to land in a park, you got to ride this altitude, drop down, and come in and ride it into the landing spot. So it's very low tech. I always tell people it's like playing poker with Mother Nature. She's the house and she deals the cards you're dealt. And balloons are the simplest form of flight. Very low tech as far as propane, the burners. We do fly in Class D airspaces a lot in Phoenix, and we just call the tower. We have a handheld aircraft radio, so we could just chit chat with the tower and stuff. And the basic thing is I started doing it in 1984, and I figured out how to do it for a living, taking passengers up for flights. And shortly after that, I was a racing fan, so I watched what the racing world was doing, and they started selling advertising on their race cars, and I started selling advertising on my balloons. A balloon is an aircraft just like an airplane, federally registered. We have an N number, airworthiness, registration, flight manual, just like an airplane. Gets a 100-hour inspection or 1 year, whichever comes first. With the corporate balloon, we go through the 100 hours like that, and we take it in and get it inspected. The inspection process, the main thing they do is they have a set of clamps that they put on fabric, and it has to pull, a 3-inch stretch has to pull 40 pounds, and then it's good for another 100 hours. If it doesn't pass that, it fails. They go through the fuel system completely. They check the hoses. They need to be updated every 10 years. They get new hoses on everything, but they check and inspect the tanks, everything else. And so it's a simple aircraft, but it gets treated just like a fixed wing does. Raised on a farm in Pennsylvania. My dad used to tell me if you find something you love to do, and once I found aviation, absolutely loved it. And with the balloon, I always tell people it's kind of like getting paid to eat ice cream. So with the Chick-fil-A balloon, we do 150 flights a winter all around the Phoenix area. And a lot of times we'll land in parks, shopping centers, parking lots, and the people come out. We let the kids all help us pack up because there's no child labor laws in Arizona. We put them all to work on their hands and knees. They help us pack it up, and it's just a great public relations tool for them because everybody comes out and take pictures, and it makes people smile. So it's been something I was able to turn into a living all those years ago. And like I said, it's like getting paid to eat ice cream. You find something you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life.